Well, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for not having the camera on. We are having some technical difficulties with the camera, and we're going to move to audio only. We're 2 down here in the first, swing and a miss by the catcher Womack, struck out the shortstop Oyama and got a ground out over to first. 2 down here in the top of the first. Womack getting the first start of the season for Central Washington. Wong chases that one up high. The count is 0-2 on the catcher. Womack looking in. Let's take a look at the Wildcats lineup around the field. Over at first, it's Matty Zur. Carpenter's at second. Third base is Dwyer. Brown is at short, and we will hold off on the rest of the lineup as Wong goes down swinging to end the top half of the first inning. Thiessen, Carpenter, and Moyle due up for the Wildcats. Bottom of the first inning. Allie Thiessen will lead off for the Wildcats. First pitch a called strike, 0-1. Count level now at 1-1. Wildcats lineup: Thiessen, Carpenter, Moyle, Zur, Bentagen, Brown, Bannon, Dwyer, Cruz. Smith winds and delivers. That one bounces in front of the plate, and the count is 2-1 strike. It has been a little under 12 months since the Wildcats have taken the field. Puget Sound took on Western Washington yesterday as Thiessen bunts that one foul off the end of the bat and back behind the catcher Wong. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Thiessen. An illegal pitch has been signaled by the home plate umpire. And that'll be the first illegal pitch we see in 2021. Paul Hoey going to go out and have a talk with Smith. Smith gets the signals from the catcher, and Thiessen fouls that one away. Count stays full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Line foul down the first baseline. That one over the head and around Tracy Taney, the Wildcats' first base coach. Taney normally keeps some snacks over in her pocket down there at first. I think it was M&M's or something over there. But not this year. Lined at third. Knocked down. The throw to first is going to get away. And that is going to go as an error. So Thiessen reaches on a fielding error by the third baseman, and now Carpenter comes up. The count 0-1 to the Wildcats' second baseman. Runner going. Wong's throw is just slightly offline. Don't know if they would have gotten her anyway. The count is going to go to 1-1, and Thiessen has her first stolen base of the season. Carpenter will stand back in. 1-1 the count to the Wildcats' second baseman. Smith checking the wristband for the numbers. Now winds and delivers. That one is inside, and it gets away from the catcher. Thiessen is going to advance to third on the pass ball. And the Wildcats have a runner at third with nobody out. Harley Carpenter, the Wildcats' second baseman, was off to a very good start last year before COVID shut everything down. It was March 12th when that got shuttered. And that one is high, ball 3, 3-1 count to Carpenter. Smith looking into the dugout, gets the sign. Everybody checking the wristband, something baseball has not picked up yet from softball. Now the 3-1 is just outside ball 4. And the Wildcats with runners on the corners. And I'm also doing public address announcing, folks, so I'm not going to turn the audio off, but here we go. Now batting, the right fielder, number 13, Teresa Moyle. Formerly a catcher, Teresa Moyle will stand in, move to the outfield at the start of last season. And Allison Mitchell has elected to keep her in the outfield. Definitely a plus arm out there. And quite good at building snowmen as well. As this throw goes into second, it's a stolen base, and coming home on the play is Thiessen. And the Wildcats have a 1-0 lead. Thiessen advances on the throw. It is an unearned run to Smith. Carpenter now at second. Moyle standing in a 1-0 count, runner in scoring position with nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. That is a called strike. 1-1 the count now to the Wildcats right fielder. On deck, it's Maddie Zur, the Wildcats first baseman. Winds and delivers as Smith. That one is fouled off in on the hands of Teresa Moyle. Just ran inside on her and came off the handle of the bat there, it looked like. 1-2 strikes to the right fielder. Smith checking the wristband again. It is a rather beautiful day here at Central Washington, despite the snow yesterday. Almost caught off the bag at second was Carpenter as Moyle grounds out 6-3. For those of you scoring at home, Carpenter will not advance, and there is one down as Zur steps in. Now batting the first baseman, number 19, Maddie Zur. So Maddie Zur, the senior first baseman, will stand in. The corner infielders flips back and forth between the two. Getting the start over at first today. And that one is going to be on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count. Zur steps back in. The wind not overly a problem yet today here in Ellensburg, but we'll see what happens as the spring goes on. That one misses. 1-1 strike to Maddie Zur. Tracy Tani and Allison Mitchell at first and third, respectively, in the coaching boxes, had their first season as collegiate coaches cut short due to the COVID pandemic. That one just off the inside corner. It's ball 2. The Wildcats bench players are out around the side of the fence. I think baseball, actually, they're in the stands. I look over at Tyler Unsicker, and he nods approvingly. Count is 3-1 strike as Smith pitch misses all outside towards the left-hand batter's box. A hitter's count here for Zur, and she does have some power. The 3-1. That's going to be inside, maybe a little high, but Zur draws the walk, and now Bentagen will step in. Now batting the catcher, number 16, Alyssa Bentagen. Oh, here is Bentagen. Another powerful bat in the Wildcats lineup. Runners on first and second, and just one down. One run already across for the Wildcats. Allie Thiessen scored from third on a stolen base by Carpenter. The first pitch to Bentagen misses just off the outside, and it is 1-0 strikes. It has been almost a year since we've been out here at Gary and Bobby Frederick Field for any sort of competition, and well, just yesterday we had a little bit of a scare with the snow coming down. And luckily, Allison Mitchell, Tracy Tani, and the Wildcat softball team able to get this field playable for today. 2 no strikes to Bentagen as that one missed on the inside. Smith looking in, now winds and delivers. That one must have been upstairs. It's 3 balls, no strikes, and now Abby Wong's going to go out and have a chit-chat with her battery mate here. You could see a little bit of frustration, I think, from Smith after that pitch. She didn't quite know where that one missed. To be honest with you, I didn't either. It looked like it was just a bit high. Must be that MLB strike zone we're using today. I, of course, if you've been around for the broadcast in years past, I'm a fan of the actual strike zone from the bottom of the letters down to the top of the knees. A lot of zone to cover. But that's the way it should be. Smith now looking in. It's a 3-ball, no strike count. That one finds the outside. It's 3 balls, 1 strike over the corner. Just one down. Left fielder wearing a sweatshirt. It is a little bit chilly out here today, and that one is going to be called a strike right at the knees. Full count to the Wildcats catcher. And with 1 down, I doubt the runners will be moving. Benthagen steps back in. Smith checks the wristband and delivers. On the ground, and that is going to be fair down the third base line. It hopped over the bag. Carpenter's going to come around to score. Benthagen's going to second, and now we've got 2 runners on second. Let's see what happens here. The throw to first. Benthagen will be out for out number 2 on the inning. And staying at second will be Maddie Zer, so a little bit of a base running issue there, and that'll bring up the Wildcat shortstop, Sydney Brown. Now batting the shortstop, number 23, Sydney Brown. Brown stands in. And Benthagen with the single, but then gets thrown out. 7-6-3. First pitch swinging is Brown, and she will ground that one over to second for the inning's final out. The Wildcats, though, they do bring in a pair. They lead 2-0 with 1 hit. They are helped along by 1 error. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned, about 30 seconds to a minute and a half. Leading off the top of the second inning, the center fielder, number 18, Kate Webster. Kate Webster will lead things off for the Loggers here in the top half of the second inning. Wildcats 2 runs on 1 hit, helped along by 1 error, and they have the 2-0 lead. Webster standing in. Womack threw just 10 pitches in inning number 1, 8 of them strikes. That one is just a bit high. Now I feel like Bob Uecker in Major League. Unfortunately, you guys can't see the video, so I can I just make stuff up if I wanted to. I won't do that, but I could. Here's the 1-0 now from Womack as she winds and delivers. That one finds the inside corner, a called strike, 1-1. Loggers bus parked out in right field. I think that might be close enough to get hit. That's a dangerous spot to park a bus. For those of you who have been to Gary and Bobby Frederick Field, it's just beyond that tree line out in right field. And if somebody gets a hold of one, that could be real interesting out there. That one skips in. It's 2 balls and 1 strike as Maddie Zur and Grace Dwyer converge toward the mound with a little bit of encouragement for their pitcher. Womack checking the wristband as Allison Mitchell barks out the sequence. That one skips away from Bentagen and hits the home plate umpire. She's going to, well, if I were her, I'd check with the umpire immediately and make sure he's okay. Yeah, she'll go check with Womack and give Paul just a little bit of time there to recover. You always feel bad as a catcher if the umpire gets hit on your watch. Even though they've got gear on there, she checks on him, make sure he's okay. And 3 balls and 1 strike, the count to Webster. Kelsey Sullivan is on deck. The 3-1. Finds the plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count full to Webster. A lot of action here at Central Washington today. Women's rugby taking on BYU. That game is on FTF. This is fouled away. Bentagen couldn't quite hang on to the foul tip, so we'll reset and try it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Everybody a little bit bundled up here today, it looks like. The 3-2 one more time. That is down in the dirt. Webster has drawn a walk. So the leadoff hitter is aboard, and that'll bring up Sullivan, the second baseman. Now batting, the second baseman, number 9, Kelsey Sullivan. I do apologize for sometimes repeating the names. Also, again, doing public address announcing and live stats. It's a full day up here in the press box. Sullivan ready. Womack winds and delivers. That is off the outside corner for ball 1. Keep walking over there. How are you? 1 ball, no strikes. I can also see the live chat. And a bunt attempt. Sullivan did go, says the home plate umpire. So the count is 1-1. Just kind of flailed at it there. A real late attempt to get it down. And time will be called. Sullivan wants to go chit-chat with the third base coach. Maybe talk a little bit about what's needed or wanted right here. Home plate umpire marking that down in his notebook. Now the 1-1 as Womack winds and delivers. That one misses just off the inside. Maybe a touch low. It's 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and 1. Womack checks with Dwyer at third, winds and delivers. Squares around a bunt. Did not make contact. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. I doubt they'll ask her to bunt again here with 2 strikes. Womack settles, now winds and delivers. That one skips in, pops up. No help from Womack as Benthagen tracks it down. Back behind her, that one came off of Benthagen, popped up over her, and ended up at the backstop. The wild pitch, and Webster will advance. Count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Savannah Smith, the pitcher. Womack, the payoff pitch, fouled away off the end of the bat with the off speed. And Sullivan stays alive. This is opening day for the Wildcats. Again, the Loggers played Western Washington yesterday over in Bellevue. This is in the air on a line to center. Thiessen going back, not going to get it. The throw will not be cut off. It's going to go all the way to the circle. Benthagen will come and get it about halfway in between home plate and the circle. And just like that, it's a 1-run ball game as Kelsey Sullivan has a double to deep center. Webster scores on the play. And it's 2-1. Now batting, the pitcher number 24, Savannah Smith. So Smith will stand in with a chance to level this game here. Pitchers always enjoy a chance to help themselves, and no better time to do so than right now, down by 1 with a runner in scoring position. That one misses. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Womack checking the wristband, as does the infield. Now winds and delivers. That one's going to be upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Bending out of the way was Smith. Pitcher versus pitcher. Womack not hitting for the Wildcats. Instead, that will be Lacey Bannon. The 2-0. In the dirt, 3 balls, no strikes. Blocked by Benthagen at the plate. Kept close by, so Sullivan's not going anywhere. And time will be called. Tracy Taney is going to come out and go to the circle here to have a talk with her battery. Womack came into this inning at 10 pitches, 8 strikes. Now at 27 pitches, 15 of them strikes. So she's had to work a lot harder to find the strike zone here in inning number 2. Not what you want from your starting pitcher early in the ball game. She's allowed just the 1 run on 1 hit. Everybody coming back to where they belong now as Tani heads back to the dugout. Kelsey Sullivan on second. Smith at the plate. Womack delivers, and it's high ball 4. The pitcher has drawn a walk, and that will bring up Gantz, the first baseman. Now batting, the first baseman, number 14, Kendall Gantz. So Gantz will stand in. With a pair on and nobody out. Loggers come into, oh, excuse me, no, this is last year's stats. That one catches the outside corner to Gantz, 0-1. The Loggers 0-2 on the season, hitting .222 coming into today. Just the two games against the Vikings. Snap throw down to first, and back in time is Smith. The pitch was low and outside, 1-1. The Loggers already with one run across this inning. They've got two more aboard and still no outs. That one misses low. It's 2-1. Womack, 21 pitches, just 8 of them strikes here in the top of the second. Much different than the 10-pitch, 8-strike inning to open the ball game. Now the 2-1 to Gantz, swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gantz with a pretty good cut there. Could not make contact. Now the 2-2 offering. As Womack sets, winds, and delivers. Down in the dirt, been taking a very good job of keeping that one close, shifted to the left, and able to keep that one within arm's reach. Count runs full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Big exhale, and that one is low again. Bentegan wants a check. Second base umpire says no, she did not go around. So that is ball 4. The bases are loaded for Maria Ortiz. Now batting, the third baseman, number 2, Maria Ortiz. Ortiz only had 1 at-bat in the 2 games against Western Washington. 0 for 1 on the season. Grounded to third. Dwyer tried to backhand it. It goes off her glove. That'll be an E5. And the ball game is tied 2-2, and that will bring up Newman. Now batting, the left fielder, number 3, Michaela Newman. So it's Newman and then back to the top of the order for the Loggers. Credit an RBI as that one's upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Can't quite see the Wildcats bullpen. Somebody getting loose. Somebody is loose, according to the rest of my eyes in the press box. Off the outside corner, a snap throw to third. Smith is back in time. And the count is 2 balls, no strikes. Now 2 balls, no strike offering. That one finds the outside corner. 2 balls, 1 strike now. The 2-1 swing and a miss. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. As Newman went after that one in the upper echelon of the strike zone. Bases are loaded. Smith at third, Gantz at second, Ortiz at first. That one misses. I think it was just a bit outside. Full count offering. Still nobody out here in the top of the second. The 3-2. Skips in. Benthagen with a very nice stop to keep it close by. Everybody moves up. And that will bring up de Guzman. And it looks like Womack's day is going to be done. Allison Mitchell coming out, signals to the bullpen. So I'm going to take a short break as the new pitcher comes in. We'll be back right after this. So Rainey Harris has taken over on the mound for the Wildcats. Or in the circle, excuse me. I've got my bat and ball sports crossed here a little bit as we try to figure out a situation that might get us a camera feed. Maybe. Well, it could work. This is going to be the second most interesting live stream I've ever done. I still got to call out Hannah de Guzman here. Now batting the right fielder, number 7, Hannah de Guzman. And, yeah, this will be interesting. All right. That one is upstairs to de Guzman for ball 1 from Harris. Off the handle, back up the middle. It's a seeing eye single. Brown and Carpenter dove for it, but neither could grab it. Everybody advances 1 base. And there's still nobody down. Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Hale Uyema. And this inning's gone from bad to worse here for Central Washington. 4-2 the score. Loggers leading. And that's strike one to the Loggers shortstop. Foul. Oh, no, that one hit her. And so the hit by pitch makes it 5-2. Ortiz will score and is an unearned run. Now batting the catcher number 1, Abby Wong. As Abby Wong will stand in. Struck out swinging in her first at-bat. Oh, and 1, that one upstairs. That one falls into the outside corner. Off speed from Harris. A very nice spot there. The 0-2 misses just a bit outside. Benthagen tried to bring it back a little bit. Paul Huey said no. To be fair, I probably would err with Paul Huey on that one. Worked to the minor leagues as a bat boy for a few seasons with the Greenville Drive. That one, Scotter outside corner. And that is the inning's first out as Webster stands in. Now batting the center fielder, number 18, Caitlin Webster. And Webster with a chance to do a little more damage. She started the inning with a walk, came around a score. That's 3 pitches in a row right around the same spot. And the first pitch to Webster misses. It's 1-0. That one misses as well from Harris. 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0 on the way, off speed, lined into center. Thiessen coming on, makes a diving grab for the inning's second out. Very nice play from Thiessen there to come in and run that ball down. Saves a run. Now batting the second baseman, number 9, Kelsey Sullivan. Now Sullivan will stand in. 1 for 1, an RBI and a run scored on the day for the Loggers' second baseman. First pitch bends itself just a bit late. And it's ball 1. Hey, look at that. The video's up. Oh, man, Tyler Unsicker, you and I are good. That's, yeah. 1-0, now it's 2-0. Oh, man, it is never, there's always a new surprise. Never, thank you. Was that Hollis down there who got that one? Never a dull moment, yeah. For those of you wondering, I'll give you the secret of this webcast now. It's the webcam on the MacBook on top of a cooler spun around to face the field. So doing our best with the technology we have here today. 2-1 the count on Sullivan. So I won't be able to see the chat anymore. I do apologize. I can't interact as much as I'd like with the folks in the chat. But hopefully by next week we'll have some other way of getting this done that does not involve me spinning this laptop around. That one is called a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Harris, a transfer senior from Concordia. Unfortunately, Concordia, Oregon, shut down abruptly last year. Some of their seniors looking for a place to play. And Allison Mitchell picked up Harris, making her first appearance as a Wildcat. This is popped up, foul territory. It's going to be back and into the bullpens. Gotta keep your head up out there. Wind blowing across the field. Going left to right for those of you at home. Smith on deck. Harris delivers, got her on the off speed. A little check swing, but that will do it. For the inning, the Loggers, 5 runs, 2 hits, helped along by 1 error. They leave 3 stranded. It's 5-2 through 1.5. We'll be right back after this. Bottom half of the second inning. Lacey Bannon will lead things off for Central Washington. First pitch called a strike on the outside corner. See a couple players for the Wildcats jumping around over here trying to stay warm. It is a wee bit chilly especially if you're not accustomed to it. I can see my photographer down the first baseline, Jacob Thompson. He is all bundled up. From Hawaii. Not exactly normal weather for him. Inside corner call the strike. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes here from Smith to Bannon. On deck is Dwyer, the third baseman. The 1-2. Oh, look out. That one skirted past Dwyer in the on-deck circle and jumped Womack off the fence. Everybody's okay. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2. Fouled away into the bullpen of the Loggers. Smith now at 33 pitches, 17 of them strikes. On her first outing of the season, Smith missed on that pitch. It's now 2-2. 4 innings, allowed 7 hits, 5 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Currently an ERA of 3.5. Here's the 2-2. A cue ball over to the first base dugout, and we'll keep the count even at 2-2. As Bannon, that one must have stung, judging by her reaction. Time call by Wong, and nope, we're going to get a new softball. When I worked at the minor leagues, we would prep a dozen baseballs. So 144, right? Is that right? Is my math correct? I hope so. And we would go through just about all of them. Oh, that one's foul, and it pops over the third baseman's glove. So Bannon hanging around. But we had umpires who differed in what level of, I don't even know what to call it, blemish, I think might be the right word, in what they would allow for baseballs to return back to play. And there were a few guys who would throw out perfectly good baseballs that were just not the right color. As this one is skied to short, the catch is made, hauled in, and that is out number 1. Now batting the third baseman, number 3, Grace Dwyer. And I can imagine that one that just got cued down the first baseline, that might have a blemish in it. Hopefully not bad enough that it can't be returned to play. But that was always the fight in the minors, was keeping baseballs alive until the end of the season. Because even at Floor Field at the time in Greenville, South Carolina, we had a green monster out and left, and everybody wanted to hit balls off or over the monster. A shot is laced foul down the third baseline. Allison Mitchell ducking out of the way. No balls, 2 strikes. Smith winds and delivers. About a 3/4 swing. She did go around, but Wong will retire Dwyer with a throw down of first. So if you're scoring at home, that's KS23, and that'll bring up Allie Cruz. Now batting the left fielder, number 18, Allie Cruz. 2 outs in the bottom of the second. After the Loggers put up a 5 spot. Chased Isabel Womack from the game very early in this one. First pitch to Cruz is outside. A good frame job, though, by Wong. Trying to make that look a little bit better than it was. Generally speaking, once it's outside the frame of the body, outside the shoulders, it's going to be tough to make it look good. And that one looked good from here, but it's low. 2 balls, no strikes. Wong did a very nice job snapping back that one into the zone. Now the 2-0. On the ground, right side, Weekly to second. The throw on to first. And that'll do it for the bottom half of the second inning. The Wildcats don't get any runs, no hits, no errors. They leave nobody on. It's 5-2 Loggers. Top of the third when we come back. Leading off the top of the third inning, the pitcher number 24, Savannah Smith. So Smith will lead off. And Harris will stay out for the Wildcats. First pitch skips in low. Everybody checking the wristband. That's something that I almost wish baseball would pick up on, rather than having to go with just the catcher and the 5 digits on the hand. Move to the wristbands like softball, you get a lot more options, a little bit harder to pick. You don't have to worry about the runners at second base relaying signs to the hitter. Not that that happens a whole lot anymore in Major League Baseball. Ooh, dancing out of the way is Smith. 2 balls, 1 strike. A 2-1 now from Harris. That just misses. 3 balls, 1 strike. The 3-1. Fouled away. Misses the batting cages. Count will run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The 3-2. Upstairs, swung on to short, the throw to first. Zur, the pick at first. And that will retire Smith deep in the hole. The throw from Sidney Brown. And a good pick by Zur retires the leadoff hitter for the Loggers, and that'll bring up Kendall Gantz. Now batting the first baseman, number 14, Kendall Gantz. One down in the top of the third. Gantz stands in. An open stance towards the front of the box. That pitch is high. Also, no batting gloves for the Loggers' first baseman. Something a little different. Especially on these colder days. Might feel a little bit better to have batting gloves, but there's the 1-0, and that one misses. 2 balls, no strike. Now Bentagen's going to ask the home plate umpire where that one missed. The 2-0. 3-0, misses high and away. On the outside corner. Might have been a little bit of a gimme strike there. Oh, there's Jake Decker, Wildcats athletic trainer. Young William making his way back. Got some more equipment, it looks like there. Now here's the 3-1 from Harris to Gantz. A called strike right at the bottom of the strike zone. 3-2. Gantz, I think, thought about tossing the bat and taking a few steps down towards first, thought better of it. Full count. We'll see if Harris goes back to that off speed. The 3-2. On the ground, a short. Brown to first, and that will be out number 2. And now it'll be Maria Ortiz. Now batting the third baseman, number 2, Maria Ortiz. Loggers' third baseman in her first at-bat reached on an error. Call the strike. 0-1. Well, Wildcats trail 5-2 to the Loggers here in the top half of the third inning. That top of the second, 5 runs came across for Puget Sound as they forced Womack out of the ball game. And Smith was able to set down the Wildcats' bats in the bottom of the second quietly after allowing 2 in the first. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ortiz standing close to the front of the box. The 1-2. Got her looking. Oh, no, wait, maybe not. I lied. Umpires are going to get together and talk about it here. It'll be an illegal pitch. And now we're going to have a get-together to talk about it. Oh, and Harris says, oh, okay. Yeah, I did that. I don't know what she did, but she said, yeah, I did that. Okay. It's always the best to watch the reactions of the players, and Harris is going to say, yeah. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now that that's resolved, Ortiz steps back in. The 2-2. Fouled away at the plate, hanging around on an off-speed pitch. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2s across the board. Upstairs, runs full 3-2. A little chin music there from Harris. Full count. Harris checking the wristband. Had to roll it over. Now the payoff pitch. That'll be outside, so she goes from a strikeout to a walk. With 2 down, and Newman will stand in. Now batting the left fielder, number 3, Michaela Newman. Runner on first after the base on balls. That one misses low. 1 ball, no strikes to the Loggers left fielder. Just off the black. 2 balls, no strikes. Three and 0. Bentingen came up ready to sling that to second. She does have a good arm behind the plate. And that'll be ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk for Newman. And back to the top of the lineup go the Loggers. Now batting the right fielder, number 7, Hannah de Guzman. .41 pitches for Harris, 20 of them strikes. Came in a tough spot back in the second inning. Was able to stem the tide there, and now with 2 down, there are 2 aboard for the top of the lineup. Oh, and 1 the count. De Guzman 2 for 5 on the season coming into the day. 1 run scored. She's drawn 2 walks, struck out twice, a pair of stolen bases, and was caught once. Average of 400, an OBP of 571. 0-2 the count after that's fouled away. Fouled away again. On the ground, left side. Brown bobbles it again. And they're going to call somebody out on the play. Looks like the runner, the batter was out of the box. So if you're scoring at home, that's a 2U unassisted. It's 5-2, bottom of the third, coming up when we return. Allie Thiessen leading things off here in the bottom half of the third inning. Reached on an error, her first at-bat. Squares around, gets a bunt down the third baseline. The throw from Ortiz, not in time. And she will be on with a bunt single. And now Harley Carpenter will stand in. Now batting, the second baseman, number 25, Harley Carpenter. Carpenter lays down a bunt. The throw over to first is going to get down the right field line. Now the throw across the diamond. Excuse me, that'll go into second. Carpenter is aboard as she reaches on a throwing error. Runners on second and third. And that'll bring up Teresa Moyle. Now batting the right fielder, number 13, Teresa Moyle. And now a circle conference here for the Loggers. So the throw gets away. Carpenter reaches. Thiessen goes all the way to third. And now Moya will stand in. Swing and a line drive into center field. That's going to be hauled in for out number one. Runner tagging. And Thiessen will come around a score on the sacrifice fly. The run will be unearned for now as Maddie Zur will stand in. Now batting, the first baseman, number 19, Maddie Zur. Carpenter stayed at second. And the battery having a meeting in the circle here. Home plate umpire is going to chase him down. Maddie Zur's walk up. Can't touch this by MC Hammer. Bit of a throwback now, I guess. Kids will probably call it vintage. That one's in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. As Smith nears the half-century mark. 48 pitches, 28 of them strikes. Somebody does some math. It's not going to be me. That's an okay strike-to-ball ratio, I believe. Inside corner, 1-1 to Zur. Five, 3. Two balls, 1 strike to Zur. Make it 2-2. There we go. I can do that math. 30 over 51, roughly 60%. Fouled away. I say it every year. I work in athletic comm, do a lot of statistics. Math, not my strong suit. Never has been, never will be. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Maddie Zur. Look out. Al Mitchell down at third. Fouled away again, laced foul. Turned on that one in on the hands. Newman has shed her sweatshirt out in left field. That first inning or so, it was chilly. I don't blame her. Skips in, chasing it down is Abby Wong. And moving to third is Carpenter as the count runs full 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes. The payoff pitch with 1 down. On a line into center field. That one's going to get down. Zur rounding first, heading for second. The throw is going to be cut off at short. And Zur has herself a 1-out double. Drives home Carpenter. And the Wildcats catcher will stand in. Now batting, the catcher, number 16, Alyssa Bentagan. Time called over at second by Zur. She's good to go now. So if you're scoring at home, Allie Thiessen is now an earned run. Carpenter, however, will remain unearned as that one is ripped foul into left field. That ball came back in a hurry. The 0-1. That'll be upstairs and stay upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Here's the 1-1. Outside and high, 2 balls, 1 strike. 5-4, the Wildcats have cut it to 1. Both teams are exceeding their hits with the amount of runs scored. 5 runs for the Loggers, 2 hits, 2 errors. And for the Wildcats, 4 runs on 3 hits and defensively 1 error. That one misses. It's 3-1. Sidney Brown is on deck. And that is ball 4. Benthagen draws the walk, and Sidney Brown stands in. Now batting, the shortstop, number 23, Sidney Brown. And we're going to have a pitching change, so we'll be right back after this. Okay, we're back, and it is quite a lineup change here for Puget Sound. We'll get to that in 1 second as the first pitch to Brown's a strike 0-1. So Smith goes to first base, Gantz goes to third, Ortiz goes to second, Moore goes to third, and Sullivan is now the designated player. Yeah, I have more than one player at third base. I know. Oh, no, Moore is pitching, excuse me. No? Sullivan is pitching. Okay. Brown on the ground is short. They're going to go to first, and they will just get Brown at third. A delayed steal from Zur. She got over to third. Okay, 2 down. Now batting, the designated player, number 15, Lacey Bannon. As Bannon stands in. Outside corner there to Bannon. 0-1. That one misses for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Five, 4. Runners on first and second. That one misses. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, I think I got everybody switched out correctly, though now in center field we've got a sweatshirt. Fouled away. A good hack there from Bannon. Bannon steps back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 2 in on the inning. 2s across the scoreboard. Fouled away. Back in high school at Malden High School in South Carolina for me, Tyler is kind of doing it already. Yeah, 2-2 was the count for rally caps, or as at Malden we would fold the back of our hats in and go lefty, righty, shark with the bill facing left or right straight up. For the Mavericks, as that one's fouled away. Awful color scheme, orange and brown. Used worse than the Cleveland Browns. We had a jersey set called the Big Uggos that were orange jerseys, brown sleeves, and orange socks with our circus hat. That's what we called it, a white front panel, orange bill, brown back. Cued down the first baseline and foul. Bannon will stay alive. White pants with a brown and orange stripe similar to, well, nobody has the double stripe pants anymore, but they were just down the side legging. The 2-2 again. Now the count will change. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wildcats looking to load the bases here. The 3-2 from Sullivan. Oh, just a bit inside, and Bannon will jog on down to first. Everybody stays put, though, other than that. And Grace Dwyer will stand in. Now batting, the third baseman, number 3, Grace Dwyer. First pitch, a called strike. 0-1. Oh, and one offering, foul, back away. Will it get out of play over near the tarp? And it does get out of play. 0-2. The count again here on Dwyer. As I fumble around the press box awkwardly. 0-2 is going to be outside. Let me tell you, if I go down, it's going to be a loud sound. A lot of weight going to the floor if I fall. Now the 1-2 offering here from Sullivan. Inside corner, got her looking. A good pitch there from Sullivan. That will end the third inning. The Wildcats, they push across 2 on 2 hits. They get helped along by 1 error, but they do leave 3 stranded. It's 5-4 Loggers as we go to the top of the 4th. Top of the 4th, Loggers shortstop will lead off. First pitch to Uioma is a ball. That one over for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to the Loggers shortstop. Uioma standing in the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got her chasing after a pitch. Might have been just off the black. Looked like it was a bit off speed. 1-2 the count now from Harris. Fouled away, and that one goes 5-hole on Benthagen. Trying to corral foul tip like that, very tough to do. Warming up on the sideline for the Loggers Looks like Jessica Moore. Been taking a good block there to keep it close by. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 50 pitches for Harris, 27 of them strikes. Just over that 50% mark. The 2-2. Skips in. Kick save in a Butte. It's 3-2. Action now in the Loggers bullpen as well. A right-hander is starting to get loose. Three-two is upstairs. Uyoma has walked. And now Abby Wong will stand in. Now batting, the catcher number 1, Abby Wong. Swing and a miss. Runner going. The throw to second. Throw was on line. It skipped in. But Uyoma has a stolen base. Now runner on second, scoring position, the 0-1. On the ground left side, Dwyer fields the throw across. Uyoma thought about going to third, but had to hold back. And 1 down. Now batting, the center fielder number 18, Caitlin Webster. Webster stands in. 0 for 1 on the day, walked and scored in the second, and then lined out to center. Allie Thiessen with a diving snag out there. Saved a runner, too. Webster swinging first pitch. It's foul. A laser down the left field line. The 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Wildcats looking into the dugout for the signals. The 1-1. Upstairs, 2 balls, 1 strike. That one misses just a touch inside, maybe low. 3 balls, 1 strike. Sullivan is on deck. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Count runs full, 3-2. On the ground to short. Brown, the throw across. And they retire Webster for out number 2. Leoma does move to third. And Sullivan will stand in. Now batting, the pitcher, number 9, Kelsey Sullivan. First pitch to Sullivan. Called the strike, 0-1. A little check swing there from the Loggers pitcher. Some late movement on the pitch from Harris. Oh, and 2. That's one of those swings right there as a hitter you want back as soon as you start your swing. Been there, done that. Sometimes the pitcher just gets the better of you on a pitch, and right there, that's what happened. That one is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harris trying to live down in the zone. Not a bad idea. 5-4 the score. An insurance marker over at third for the Loggers. Another check swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs as well. 2's across the top of the scoreboard. Leoma at third. The 2-2. That one gets away. Count runs full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Inside corner gets Sullivan looking for out number 3. Works her way out of a jam. No runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 1 stranded. Bottom 4 coming up after this. It'll be Cruz leading off for Central. Bottom of the fourth inning, Allie Cruz leads off for Central Washington. Cruz 0 for 1, grounded out to second in her first at-bat. We got time called here at home plate as Cruz steps out. First pitch a called strike. It's a whole bunch of the plate. Cruz looked like she might have been taking all the way there. Baseball in the top of the sixth inning, leading 2-0 over St. Martin's after splitting with them yesterday over at St. Martin's. Down in the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike, corralled by Wong. Did a good job there of squeezing the feet together to keep that one from escaping behind her. I'd say hockey goaltender move for sure. On the ground, right back up the middle. Cruz has a single to lead things off. And back to the top of the lineup for Allie Thiessen. Now batting, the center fielder, number 20, Allie Thiessen. Thiessen on the day, 1 for 2, reached on an error back at the first. Singled and scored in the third. Bunts a high pitch, and that one's fouled off to the backstop. 0-1 the count. Jessica Moore in at third base. Swing and a miss from Thiessen. Count no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 offering. Misses outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. A couple of Wildcats playing long toss out there behind the left and left center field fence underneath the scoreboard. Fouled away that one. Probably would have made it to the net had it not hit the backstop. That ball's back into play quickly. Now the 1-2. Fouled away. Thiessen had a very nice catch a few innings back in center field that saved a run, diving forward on a sinking line drive. Now the 1-2. Got her swinging for the inning's first out. Now batting, the second baseman, number 25, Harley Carpenter. Carpenter will stand in. First pitch off the outside corner. The throw is going to be late. And mark it a stolen base for Allie Cruz. The Wildcats have been off and running today. Even Maddie Zer picking up a delayed stolen base. And that was a steal of third, which you did not see very often. Time is called. One 0. High fly ball to right center field. That one's going to one hop to the fence. Cruz is going to come around a score from second to throw to third. Carpenter slides in with a triple. That is a big hit for the Wildcats as it levels the score at 5-5. Now batting, the right fielder, number 13, Teresa Moyle. Timo stands in with one down, a runner on third. 0 for 1 on the day. Called a strike. One ball, one strike to the Wildcats right fielder now. The 1-1. Fouled away on top of the batting cages. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like Jillian Hampson's going to go chase that one down. The 1-2. On the ground right side, that's going to be bobbled. The flip to first. Moyle is out, but Carpenter scores. And the Wildcats have taken a 6-5 lead. Now batting, the first baseman, number 19, Maddie Zur. Now the first baseman for the Wildcats, Maddie Zur. 1 for 1 on the day. Walk in the first, a double in the third. Drove in a run there as well. First pitch falls in for a strike, 0-1, off speed. That one sat up high, just kind of dropped down in there. The 0-1. Bounces in 1-1. One ball, one strike to Zur. A lot of noise coming from the baseball field where it was 2-0 Central. That one called a strike as well. Zur does not agree. I've seen that look a few times when I've stepped into umpire scrimmages for the softball program. Not too often. 1-2 outside. They'll check down at first. No, she did not go around. It's 2-2. On the ground, right side, bobbled. And the throw to first will retire Zur. So the Wildcats take the lead on 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on it, 6-5 when we come back for the top of the 5th here in Ellensburg. Top of the fifth inning. Pitching change for the Wildcats. Samantha Stanfield will take over in the circle, not on the mound. I'll get it one year. Probably not. Jumping back and forth between baseball and softball always makes it interesting. But Stanfield is now in the circle, and she will pitch to Savannah Smith. First pitch to Smith on the corner, strike one. First baseman number 24, Savannah Smith. 0-1 the count. That one comes around the plate for ball one, 1-1. I could see that one from here just kind of twist itself around the outside corner. The 1-1. That one misses. 2 balls, 1 strike. Three balls, 1 strike. The 3-1 offering. Bending out of the way is Smith, but that's over for a strike, 3-2. Ball 4 down and in. The leadoff hitter aboard with the base on balls. Now batting, the designated player, number 14, Kendall Gantz. Gantz will stand in. 0-for-1 on the day, grounded out to short in the third, walked and scored in the second. Part of that big 5-run inning for the Loggers, and their lead stood up until this last half inning as Stanfield fires over a strike. Wildcats have put up crooked numbers in the first, third, and fourth. Loggers, all of their offensive output coming back in the second. The 0-1. Squaring around, fouled back into the catcher's mitt. Oh, and 2. Everybody looking around, checking the wristband. The 0-2 upstairs. Gantz thought about it, but held off. They'll check down at first, and no. She did not go around. One and 2 the count now on the Loggers DP. That one's outside. 2-2. Runner on first, the 2-2. Got her looking as it breaks back over the inside corner. One down. Now batting, the second baseman, number 2, Maria Ortiz. Ortiz stands in. 0 for 1 on the day. Reached on an error in the second. Walked in the third. 9 walks given up by Wildcat pitchers today, and I can't think that is going to sit very well with Allison Mitchell, as the first pitch is a strike 0-1. First game of the season, getting the jitters out. The 0-1, squaring around a bunt and popping it up off the backstop. Count is 0-2. The 0-2 offering. Up and in. Ortiz leans out of the way. Set up towards the front of the box. I always preferred the very back line. I wanted every 100th of a second I could get to hit, as that one's over the outside corner for strike 3, 2 down. Now batting, the left fielder, number 3, Michaela Newman. Newman will stand in. Smith over at first. That one pops the mid on the outside corner, 0-1. Down and in, 1-1. Third pitcher of the afternoon for Central. Womack started. Then it was Harris and now Stanfield. That one's going to be off the netting. 1 ball, 2 strikes as it was fouled back and away. One, two. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. So Stanfield battles back to strike out the side after allowing the leadoff walk. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Bentegan will lead things off for Central when we return. Bentingham will lead things off here in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Sullivan delivers. First pitch outside, 1-0. Over the outside corner, a called strike. Now 1-1 strike to Central's catcher. Here's the 1-1. That one's over as well. 1-2 strikes. 38 pitches, 25 of them strikes for Sullivan. Swing and a miss. Got her chasing on the outside. That was methodically moving it more and more outside every pitch. And down goes Bentingham, and that'll bring up Sidney Brown. Now batting the shortstop, number 23, Sidney Brown. So Sidney Brown stands in. On the day, 0 for 2, a ground out to the second baseman and a ground out to the shortstop. And this one is flared to second. The catch is made by Ortiz for the second out. Now batting the designated player, number 15, Lisi Bannon. Bannon with 2 down here in the bottom of the fifth. Trying to get something started.
All I did was turn the auto power off.
1-0. As the first pitch misses there. 1-0. Chopped foul over past Allison Mitchell in the third base coach's box, excuse me. Tyler Unsaker's bumped his head now twice on the heat lamp. Not that we have the heat lamp going today. It's rather comfortable in the press box. A little chilly when you get outside. The 1-1 is upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Then again, I am from New England, so this is shorts weather back in Maine. It might be the beach. It might be beach weather too. Take a trip down to Old Orchard Beach. Family and I used to go, every Labor Day, I think. Back when we lived in Maine. As that one misses, it's now 3 balls and a strike to Bannon. And that North Atlantic water is cold year-round. Let me tell you, it doesn't warm up until you get down around Cape Cod and the Boston area. 3-1. That'll be off the inside corner. So Bannon draws a walk to extend the inning. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner over at first. And it'll be Keegan Wise running. Now running at first base, number 1, Keegan Wise. Wise takes over. And Gracie Dwyer will be up. Third baseman number 3, Grace Dwyer. First pitch to Dwyer. That one misses inside. Dwyer's about the player who's the most on top of the plate, I think, out of both lineups. Just a little bit farther towards the inside half of the plate. Time is called by the catcher. And Abby Wong wants the signals again. This is in the air, right center field. It's going to get down. Weisel round third. She's going to score. It's going to be a double for Dwyer into the right center gap. So the walk from Bannon pays off as Wise scores, and it's now 7-5. Now batting the left fielder, number 18, Allie Cruz. Allie Cruz, 1 for 2 on the day, singled and scored back in the fourth, grounded out to second in the second. This is in the air on a line opposite field. That's going to get down. Cruz is rounding first, heading for second. The run's going to score, and Cruz thought she might be able to extend that single, and the run does cross, so it's 8-5. And we'll be right back. Top of the sixth coming up. Top half of the sixth inning. Back to the top of the order for the Loggers. De Guzman stands in, 1 for 3 on the day. A ground out. A batter, and out of the box back in the third, and she had a single in the second. Jacob Thompson over here, a jacket, a sweatshirt, a toque, gloves, sweatpants, 2 pairs of sweats, and he's got wool socks on, it looks like, down there. Oh, yeah, he's bundled up tight. That one's upstairs. It's 2-0 to the right fielder. De Guzman, no batting gloves either. You can almost see, as that one misses outside, you can almost see that the knuckles are a little bit cold on the players without batting gloves, even from the press box. Just a little bit of discoloration around the hands. That'll tell you it's a little bit chilly down there. Three balls, no strikes, which makes it, of course, a lot harder to do your job in the circle if your fingertips get tired and you can't really feel the release. 3-1. As So that's a called strike. Moyle jogging in place out in right. Even Stanfield had her pitching hand tucked under her left arm as this is dribbled to third. Dwyer fires across for out number 1. Now batting the shortstop, number 6, Haile Uyoma. So Uyoma is up, and I'd like to apologize to her for getting her name wrong for the first 4.5, 5 innings of this ball game. Gregor did send a pronunciation guide. I just can't read, apparently. Find new flaws every day. Hopefully now I do have it, though. Always something I try to do my best to get right is the pronunciation on names. Slapped foul down the third base line. Almost a shoe save down there by the third base coach. 1-1 the count to the shortstop. Oh, 1-1. That's upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Now the wind's starting to pick up a little bit more. The trees starting to shake out there in center to right field. That wind a little stronger than when it was when we started the day. This is down the line and foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That was a nonchalant foul call at home plate. It's almost as good as when there's a bang-bang play at first or a force play somewhere and the umpire just gives you that soft, yeah, she's out. The 2-2. Check swing. They're going to check down at third. No, she did not. That's always my least favorite part of being the field umpire is check swings. Now the payoff pitch. Slapped foul. Uyoma hanging in tight. Baseball hangs on to take game 1 4-3 against St. Martin's University. The 3-2. Got her looking on the outside corner. And that is out number 2 on the inning. Now batting, the catcher, number 1, Abby Wong. Loggers backstop will stand in. Outside corner for the first pitch, 0-1. Oh, and 2. I'm sure the Wildcats would like a 1-2-3 inning here. There have not been many of them. That one's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. Skips in. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2s across the scoreboard. Here in the top of the 6th. Swung on and missed. Stanfield sets down Wong swinging. Head into the bottom of the 6th. It's 8-5. Wildcats lead it. We'll be back after this. Bottom of the 6th inning. Thiessen will stand in. She selected her walk-up to be Nickelback. Oh, no, it's Blake Shelton, excuse me. He sounds like Nickelback. That sounds a lot like Nickelback. 1-0 the count. No, I thought for sure that was Nickelback. No, it's Blake Shelton. Huh. Learn something new every day. 1-0 from Sullivan. Squaring around, pulling back, and it's still strike 1. Catches the outside corner. That was pitch number 50 for Sullivan. 61% strikes. Oh, 1-1. On the ground, a second, and that's going to hop over Ortiz. Yeah, we'll mark that a hit in the scorebook. That's a tough hop. She was in position. It just said, I don't want to be fielded. Now batting, the second baseman, number 25, Harley Carpenter. Runner on first, Carpenter stands in. That's an almost impossible play there at second. She was in position, ready to field it, and the ball just hopped over her glove. Thiessen stealing, and she will be in. That pitch was a ball. Thiessen with the swiped bag. The uniforms today very, very similar. Here's the 1-0. Outside 2-0. Two-0 now to Carpenter as Sullivan winds and delivers on the ground right side. That'll be enough to move over Thiessen, but that's going to be an E5, or an E4, excuse me. Runners on the corners for Moyle. Now batting the right fielder, number 13, Teresa Moyle. The infield's going to come together and have a chit-chat in the circle as out in right field, de Guzman goes for a little jog to the line and back. First pitch from Sullivan to Moyle. Runner going, the throw down is gonna get through the infield. 1-0 the count. Carpenter with the stolen base. Thiessen advances on the throwing error by the catcher. And it's 9-5. Wildcats lead it. Central has now scored in 4 consecutive innings. Here's the 1-0 to Moyle. Called a strike. That evens the count up at 1-1. Oh, 1-1. Flared into right center and down. Moyle's going to head for second. That one's to the wall. She's heading for third. The throw, not in time. She's thinking about, but will not take a chance at the plate. Market a triple into right center. Carpenter comes around. That'll bring up Maddie Zur. The first baseman, number 19, Maddie Zur. So now Allie Thiessen's run is going to be earned. First pitch to Zur, a ball, 1-0. Called a strike for 1-1. A 1-1. On the ground and fair. Moyle's going to score, and it's going to be a long single for Maddie Zur down the third baseline. Looks like we'll have a pinch runner. Now batting the catcher, number 16, Alyssa Benthagen. And Sydney Williams will be running at first. Now running at first, number 22, Sydney Williams. Williams now over at first, comes on for Zur as the runner. First pitch in the dirt, there goes Williams, and she's in safely. Still no outs here in the bottom of the sixth. The Wildcats leading 11-5. They've put up 3 runs on the inning. Wildcats 11 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Fouled away. 1 ball, 1 strike, backing out of play. The Loggers 5 runs on 2 hits, and defensively they've had 4 errors. We are getting close now to the 3-hour mark here in this one. Started at 12:15. That one misses inside. 2 balls and a strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Sullivan. No time will be called instead. Battery's going to get together in the circle here. Looks like it might be, I don't know, a little bit of miscommunication rather. Home plate umpire dusts off the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Wildcats backstop, stands in. Sullivan. Outside, 3-1. Big time hitters count 3-1. Benthagen will probably be sitting dead red on a single pitch. The 3-1. She got it and just missed it. This is into center. High fly. It'll be hauled in, tagging, and going to third is Williams. She's in safely. And that'll bring up Brown. Now batting, the shortstop, number 23, Sydney Brown. Brown. 0 for 3 on the day, a pair of groundouts and a pop-out. Trying to get rid of the collar here. First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Sullivan toes the rubber. The 0-1. In the air down the right field line, foul territory. Moving over, the catch is made. Williams coming to the plate. She's in standing up. And Lacey Bannon will come up. Now batting, the designated player, number 15, Lacey Bannon. So Keegan Wise is done for the day, or at least for this game, as she is officially removed. Bannon back in. It's 12-5. Nobody on here and 2 down. First pitch swinging into right. That one's going to get down. Bannon's rounding first, heading for second. Trying to kick it into an extra gear. She's rounding second, heading for third. And she has a triple. Now batting the third baseman, number 3, Grace Dwyer. Dwyer with a chance to add one more. Doubled, scored, and had an RBI in her last at bat. Does have 2 strikeouts on the day, however. Trying to stay away from the hat trick. First pitch fouled, 0-1. Sullivan retreats back to the circle. Central now with 11 hits. Just 2 for the Loggers. But they have been the beneficiary of almost 10 walks. That one's going to hit Dwyer, and she'll take first. Now batting the left fielder, number 18, Allie Cruz. So now it's Allie Cruz, the left fielder. Bottom of the order for the Wildcats. If Cruz can manage to get on, it'll be back to the top of the order for Thiessen. Runners on the corners, Dwyer at first, Bannon at third. First pitch off speed over for a strike. Oh and 1. Sullivan kicks and delivers on the ground. A second, it takes a hop on Ortiz and kicks into right field. And that's going to be ball game. And that'll do it. 13-5. That ends game 1. We'll be back with game 2 in 30 to 45 minutes. Again, the final score here from game 1. Central 13, Puget Sound 5.